The 2004 China Study Tour included visits to popular places including Beijing, the capital of the People's Republic of China, and is a place filled with historical and cultural interest. Dunhuang is known for the sand dunes and its famous grottos. The tour of the Kunming Horticultural Garden is fascinating and features breathtaking floral arrangements, a peaceful lake, peacocks, and birds that complement nature. Shanghai is China's largest economic center and renowned for its unique culture. The walking tours and Tai Chi are complementary forms of exercise. Therefore, the teachers engaged in Tai Chi lessons. Let's see how well they perform. Dunhuang is known for the sand dunes and its famous grottos. While touring Dunhuang, the teachers used various modes of transportation: walking tours, bus tours, and the rickshaw transport. A beautiful garden park near the Temple of Heaven featured these extraordinarily beautiful bonsai trees.
And I think you get a much longer stay than compared with others. So
At the rest stop in Lijiang, we stretched our legs, enjoyed the scenery, and admired the magnificence of the Jade Dragon Mountain and a man-made waterfall.
Ching came to California for one whole year to learn about the educational system in California. That says something in itself. But it goes further. He and I met at a reception, and we followed up and met a couple more times because he was working with some of the teachers at Fullerton High School that I was working with, and we kind of found out that we had many things in common. One is we'd like to travel, visit places, but it's more than just traveling and visiting places. We had a real commitment to working with teachers and working with principals. And commitment went further. We found out we had.
I'm Bruno Rodriguez, and I teach 10th and 11th graders U.S. history, world history.
We also have many school teams, and many of our school teams are very famous among Chinese universities. And we also have student societies in the university.
我想这样哈，因为大家都是老师，所以对教育是非常的由衷的关心，所以这个我想以后有什么问题，咱们还有1个星期，我们在一起还可以多在一起做交流和沟通。
I totally understand that as teachers, you are concerned very much about education in China, but we have time limit here.
团聚在一起。
Today we have a very big class, and teachers from the state of New Jersey and the state of California get together to have the lecture of calligraphy.
希望我们这个课堂给大家提供一个，你们就是老师之间的一种互相交流、认识的这样一个给大家做中国书法的讲座。
And this morning we will have our first lecture. The first lecture for the California too. First lecture. Okay. Okay. So our instructor is Professor Yang Xi, who's from the Department of Philosophy, specializing in aesthetics and the art of calligraphy.
那下面请我们杨新教授。
The lecture on silk manufacturing was one of many exciting and informative learning experiences. The mulberry trees are where silkworms lay their eggs and the larvae can be found. During the museum tour, the teachers observed preserved silkworms, preserved adult moths, silk cocoons, and spun threads. There was a lecture on harvested cocoons, looms for threads, looms for silk fabrics, manufacturing silk linens, and silk clothing garments. The lecture on silk manufacturing included some extremely impressive and colorful embroidery pictorials. Some of these works take 3 to 6 months to complete.
Ask her how long does it take for you to do the embroidery of this cat. She said half a year. Half a year for this cat. But the longest time, I'm sure that will be on the eye. Because that's so thin. Okay, look around.
The embroiderers used silk threaded palettes, and the color range replicated nature. The silk embroidered pictorials depicted images of animals and birds. The design details are intricate and extraordinary. The seascape and landscape images are breathtaking. The silk manufacturing lecture can be developed into an introduction to a K-12 unit or lesson plan.
Sakyamuni, the founder of Buddhism. In all the temples in the world, you can see this people, the sitting Buddha of Sakyamuni.
The museum lectures were reminiscent of China's ancient history. The museum docent was thoroughly versed in philosophy, Buddhism, and the characterization of the various Buddhas. The Dayan Pagodas, located in Xi'an, houses numerous artifacts, including the teachings of monks, stone-carved sketches on Tang lentils, reproductions of Buddha frescoes, and photo expeditions of Chinese ancient pagodas. Xi'an is famous for its terracotta soldiers, the ancient city wall, and the square of the bell and drum tower.
This guy is an officer, always in office, writing something, thinking something. This one, officer. And this guy, 2 nuns, like a butterfly on hand. This guy is a general. General is very high, very strong. The bigger warriors made by many pieces of the moon.
The Museum of Emperor Qin Huang featured massive terracotta kilns used to fire huge ceramics. The docent presented an intriguing lecture on ancient history, artifact discoveries, and the creation of warriors and horses. The China Study Tour also included lectures on historical buildings, visual and performing arts, science, economic growth, manufacturing, and educating students.
And maybe you know, tea is very famous and very important in China. So the centigrade is also very important. Now I will show you these children for original thermometer.
During the China Study Tour, the teachers were immersed in Asian culture and experienced tea tasting, entrees, special Chinese dumplings, delicious meals, desserts, and snake wine.
Somebody take the ladle out.
The yak is a massively built ox. The yak grazes on grass and requires large amounts of drinking water. Domestic yaks are used as pack and saddle animals. The domestic yaks featured here provided riding privileges for teachers and other tourists. Ancient Asian Symphony was a special treat for tourists who were unfamiliar with the antique instruments. The instrumental sounds produced a melody of rhythm, harmony, and rhythmical grace. At a city center in Xi'an, the Americans joined the local people in Chinese line dancing. At a local village in Xi'an, women wearing colorful cultural dress demonstrated several line dancing routines. At a Tibetan village, a female child poses while wearing traditional Tibetan garments. The American teachers were eager to share the culture of the Tibetan villagers, and they enjoyed wearing the Tibetan garments. At the end of the day, our tour led us to Shanghai, where we rode the River Bund and enjoyed the bright night lights. The tour guide's narrations described spectacular sights, including the brightly lit Shanghai Grand Hyatt, the Science and Technology Museum, the International Convention Center, the Shanghai Trade Center, and the Bond Tourist Tunnel.
东面靠着黄浦江，西侧是一排风格各异的大厦，有哥特式、巴洛克式、罗马式、古典主义式、文艺复兴式、中西合璧式等。它是历史上西方列强控制上海的